we can get a jet and see if if I break the sound barrier, if that'll break up the kidney stone.
There you go.
There you go.
And make it easy. That's crazy. I have a question. Are we recording now?
Oh,
that's not encouraging.
I just pulled up this graphic, son. It says kidney stone. It's got this girl hunched over her porch. She's in pain, son. It says a small hard deposit that forms in the kidneys and is often painful when passed.
She doing that sting face.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll see it when you see the podcast. It's got like this X-ray of like her kidneys through her body, and she's just holding her tummy. She's in some pain, boy.
Almost when it happened, did you know what it was, or were you like, what the hell is wrong with me?
I don't know. I was thinking like, honestly, I didn't connect the idea of it could be a kidney stone. But I was thinking maybe that there was something wrong with my appendix.
Oh, that would suck.
Or that something in there was weird, because there was like blood, a little blood, and
that would freak me out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw that there was blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I saw the DNA, that was trouble.
I was like, it might be time to go, because I hate going to the doctor.
Me too,
I hate
man.
Yeah.
any of that. I'm always like, I can deal with it on my own.
Same here.
I'll be okay. But then I was like, maybe something is really wrong, and I need to get that checked out. So, but then when I got there, the first thing, when I was telling them, where it was hurting and the symptoms and whatever, the first thing that they asked was had I ever had kidney stones before? And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
But I may have one now.
Please just give me something. Like, I don't care. Stab me with a needle. Do something to make it stop.
Make it go away.
So.
That's crazy, dude. I remember I went to the doctor one time. I had like this weird, it wasn't like a growth, but like when you get punched or hit or something, you swell up underneath, like a hematoma type stuff. I had one on my foot, on the top of my foot one time. And I went to the doctor, and he was like, well, did something fall on your foot? And I was like, no, it's just here, bro. Like, get rid of it. You know what I mean? Do your job. And because it was, I couldn't, it was painful, and it just kept growing. And it was on there for like a week, because I kept going back, and they were like, well, we need to see what happens. It's, because a lot of times that stuff just kind of corrects itself.
Right.
And I went in there after about a week, and I said, here's what we're going to do. I looked him right in the eye. My mom's in there with me. I'm like, I'm pretty young. I'm like, here's what we're going to do. And I did my fingers like, I pointed to my eyes, kind of pointed to his eyes. Like, here's what we're going to do. You're going to take a needle, the biggest one you got, right? You're going to stick it in there, and you're going to get it out. That's what we're going to do right here. Because he was calling like, all these other doctors, and they were like consulting. I said, we ain't got time for that, right? This got to go, bro. And so he did. He stuck it in there, and it took about, 10 minutes to draw it all out, and then it was fine. And I was like, I should be a doctor, man. I'm a little Doogie Howser over here.
Okay, I was just about to say Doogie Howser.
I done solved this. I done fixed it. Look at me.
You better not charge me for this, son.
Yeah.
Okay, this should be a free one right here.
Exactly.
It's just funny. It's just funny how a lot of times you know more than they know, because it's like your body.
Right. Yeah.
And you're like, just do this, bro. It'll be okay. Trust me.
Dude, I had a stomach problem, man, one time, and I went and see a whole different pile of physicians, and nobody could tell me what the hell was wrong with my stomach.
Yeah.
Like, nobody could tell me what was wrong with my stomach. It turns out I had a bacterial infection in my stomach, and I mean, that put me out of commission for like 2 months, man. It was really rough, and the worst thing you could do is like hit up Google and like put your symptoms in there, and you think you got Ebola or something.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough, man. I'm like, man, I having trouble sleeping, because I'm like, man, what could it be, man? And so, but yeah, it was a bacterial infection, and kind of the only long lasting effects is I kind of developed like acid reflux.
I hate that.
Afterwards, and so I just have to be careful what I eat. But yeah, for the longest, like nobody could tell me what the hell was wrong with me.
Well, I know a lot of times you'll see, like, even on YouTube, those little ads that pop up, it'll have this dude with like his tongue out, and he's got like sores on his feet, and he's like, and it's got all this stuff like, do you feel dehydrated? Are you sleepy? And it's like, dude, everybody's one of those like all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's called being alive.
Yeah, it's called being alive. There you go. And yeah,
alive and getting older.
I try my best not to Google or go to these medical websites and do my symptoms either, man. Because I'm like, next thing you know, I'm gonna be freaking out. You know what I mean?
Dude, I was freaking out. I'll tell you no lie, man. I was like, man, I know this might be it for me. Looking rough for me, man. I mean, because I was like, on Google they were saying, is this, that, and the other? She's like, man, just wait. You know, she's pumping the brakes on me, telling me just to stay calm and things. So. But yeah, I mean, you go onto a lot of these sites, man, and they play that scare tactic card.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I think people forget a lot of times that, you know, it's a business,
right?
So, you know, just like with all businesses, they're trying to get you in their door and get money.
True.
You know,
True.
so they'll do what they got to do, man. I remember when I was a kid, I might have told this before, I don't know, but I used to fake sick. Oh baby, because I like to stay home and play video games, right? And I remember one time I faked sick because I had Godzilla for the NES, and I just thought that was awesome. So I was like, okay, I got to make this happen. So the night before, you know, you got to play it up the night before. You can't wait till the morning because then it looks fake.
You got to play it right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that night before, I'd be like, you know, and then my mom would be like, "You're okay?" "Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm good." And then I'd cough a little bit here and there, and I'd go to the bathroom and fake blow on my nose and stuff like that. You got to play it up, man.
Yeah, you right.
And then the next day when you wake up and you're sick, it makes sense. And so, you know, and my mom was always cool. I mean, she's never going to push me to go to school if I'm sick. So I knew I was good. So, you know, wake up like I'm going to, you know, you got to wake up like you're going to go to school. And like like I was getting on my clothes and I was toughing
you had
it
the
out.
strategy down.
Yeah,
right
she
here.
wanted to see. And she was like, "Baby, why don't you just stay home?" I was like, "No, I really want to go." You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "No, just stay home." I was like, "All right, I guess I will." So I went in there and went back to bed, and I always wake up about 10 o'clock, right? Because at 10 o'clock, she's not taking you back to school, right? Even if she finds out you're faking, because it's too much. So I remember I started, you know, playing the game or whatever, and then she came into my room, and she was like, "We're going to go to the doctor." And this is something new. I said, "What do you mean we're going to the doctor?" She's like, "Oh, we're going to the doctor. We got to make sure you're okay." And what had happened is I had done it so much, her and my dad got together and talked about it, and they said, "We're going to teach him a lesson." So they took me to the doctor, and of course I'm not sick, and he's asking me all these questions, and I have to fake like I'm sick, and then he gives me all this medication and like all this kind of stuff, and I'm not sick. And I end up getting home, and I remember that night I went to bed, and my mom said, "Now you know you cost us about $75 today, right? $75." And she said, "And you weren't sick." She says, "Here's what's gonna happen. You're never gonna do that again." And I never did after that. If I was sick, I was legit. Because I was like, if I try to get that day off, I'm going to have to go to the doctor, man. I ain't got time for that. I'm ready to go to class. I'm ready to go to school, man. So that was the last time I faked. And Godzilla wasn't even a good game either.